Yeah. The question still stands, Dan, but first, welcome back to Fourth and Moneyline Podcast, where four dudes make you more money. It is Coach with you tonight with the regular roundtable of guests. We got Big India, we got Dan, we got Forrest. It's a Forrest birthday today. Happy birthday, Forrest! Everyone,
Forrest, your birthday, dude?
Make sure you comment.
Dude, I
Happy
didn't even
birthday to
know that.
Forrest.
Happy birthday,
Thank
my
you,
friend.
thank you.
I would have
Hope
texted
you,
you. I had no idea.
All good.
Hopefully, he can share his birthday wisdom and give us some locks tonight.
There's money line.
Speaking of locks, not a great first week back. Hey, it's the first week. We're still trying to figure it all out right now. Forrest and I did not do well Thursday night football. Dan came in, did do well Thursday night, and then Big India was doing well until he wasn't doing well. That was a little backdoor cover.
That was a bullshit backdoor cover, dude.
It was a bullshit backdoor cover. Dan, why don't you go ahead and lead us off, man? This is the first, I feel like,
I mean, you watched the tapes last week, and I said it's one of the best prop bets out there, and it hits 75% of the time, and it just showed. I mean, Josh Allen loves Stefon Diggs, and, it was Thursday Night Football, big game, first game of the NFL season. Josh Allen was going to be chucking. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I think Stefon Diggs had 4 or 5 catches in the first quarter. So, I mean, from there, you knew it was pretty easy.
Dan, I was going to text you when it got to 6. I was like, oh, we're right there. And then I'm like, nope, not going to jinx it, not going to text him.
Don't you say a word. But I knew it was one of the easier bets that I placed. And actually, now that we're on it, that was one of the only bets that I won on the weekend. So, it mattered the most. It did.
Forrest, do you want to talk about your lock at all last week?
Matt Gay, over 2.5 PATs. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Rams are in that red zone, 20 yards out. We can't punch it in twice. I mean, that would have covered there. A little ridiculous, I think, for an NFL team outside of the horrendous kicking game that we saw all the way through Sunday into Monday. So, I mean, it's a disappointing loss to take right away week one, but season long, a lot of bets out there. We'll bounce back.
We had a kicker as a lock.
Yeah, my Rams 2.5 did not look good at all. That was not a coin flip game. The Bills were out for blood. Go ahead and walk us through the Eagles game, man. They were leading by 10 going in the fourth, I believe, and it just all fell apart.
The Lions scored with 2 minutes left.
Yikes.
And then the Eagles got a couple first downs, and it was over.
Yeah.
They were what the fuck am I going to score for?
Yeah, I think the Eagles got into the Lions territory, and they're just like, yeah, let's not score.
Yep.
We're done.
We're just done. Yeah, we'll take the win.
It's just frustrating. It was really – because it was looking so good. That honestly probably felt like one of the best bets I've ever had.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was – I had the -5.5 the last leg of a parlay.
Yeah, dude. And here's the thing about it, dude. When I took it, I got it at 3.5. And then when kickoff came, it was like 4.5 or 5.5.
Yeah. I got a 5.5 Sunday morning when I put my bet in.
Yeah, it's just, but that's just it's week one. It's week one. Don't get too discouraged.
Yeah, it's week one. Right now, lock records. Dan, you are 1-0. You are up 1.14 units. That's $114. If we're doing the $100 per unit scale, the three of us are down 1 unit, so we're down $100 right now. That's all right. We got 17 weeks of football, plus playoffs, plus all the other bullshit. Let's talk about college football last week. Each of you, give me one big takeaway from week 2, maybe a game you watched, a bet you won or lost. What was a moment from college football week 2 that you'll remember? And you know what? Let's go to Forrest, because the birthday boy, because you were at a pretty special game, my man.
Yeah, I got to witness the Alabama-Texas Big 12 refs fucking sucking off the SEC once again. There's a couple of questionable calls there. Ewers goes down, Card gets injured, no safety called, missed field goal before halftime. And I mean, it was a debacle of things that snowballed for Texas. Played them to 1 point. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I think Texas walked out of that stadium feeling really good about the season. Ewers will be back for OU week, so that's we got to just nurse the weeks as we can. Fortunately, we don't have too tough of a schedule before we get there, but yeah, I mean, a great week for Texas, taking the number 1 team all the way down to 10 seconds. I know that was a very important game, but my other one, I know we talked about the Alabama game, but my other takeaway from the weekend is I don't know about you guys, but Appalachian State, anytime you get them plus, it's free money at this point in the year. I mean, week 2, we're already cashing checks. Plus 19 against A&M. I mean, what an absolute disgrace of a school at A&M. App State just absolutely took him to the cleaners, made him little brother, took all the guys at Midnight Yell, made him look pretty pathetic at that point. So App State all the way back. We'll continue to ride them the rest of the year.
Always. I've been telling them for the last 2 years, App State is the team.
Yeah.
Dan, what was one big thought from college football from the weekend?
So I was going to throw out App State, but I got a different one. It's not really a standout, more of a trend of Wisconsin being ranked too low. It's they get ranked in these top 15, top 10s.
You say too low or too high?
Too high. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they lose these games and they get dropped out. And the story is old as dinosaurs. It's been happening for the last 5 years. We lose to a shit school, and then boom, we're not ranked anymore. However, I need to take a quick second to recognize my Rainbow Warriors for hanging tough against a Michigan team who was favored by 52 points. They hung tough. They had a big 30-yard touchdown run, and that kind of sealed the deal for the cover. We did cover by 47.5, which was fantastic. But I got to give props to my Rainbow Warriors. They really hung in there, hung tough, took the blows. At halftime, I think they were down 37, so it wasn't looking good. But they came out with a fighting spirit, and they knew it was on the line. They knew, and they battled pretty hard. So shout out
about Hawaii. I'm kind of tired of hearing about them, Dan.
Shout out.
Give us one thought from the weekend. A game you watched, a bet you won, a bet you lost. What do you take away from the weekend?
I don't think Florida's as good as we thought they were. And
Right.
I think Will Levis is a pretty damn good quarterback. I think he'll be a first-round draft pick next year.
I like it.
Jordan Sweet.
My only thought from the weekend, Sun Belt, Fun Belt, man. There's some good teams in the Sun Belt right now.
Just wait till Maction starts.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Outside the Power 5, I love some of those football games, man. They're so much fun. All right, let's hop in the NFL. Pull up my sheet. NFL week 2. We had a big week 1, a lot of conference games. We're heading into week 2 right now. We're going after Thursday night. We got the Chargers +4 visiting the Chiefs. Chiefs looks fucking outstanding. Like I'm gonna admit that. Like it looks like Patrick Mahomes is on the revenge tour right now. Almost like Steph Curry reminding everyone that, hey, this is the Warriors right now. We're gonna beat the shit out of people.
Yep.
I know that you're blown away by the Chiefs. What were your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this game? I guess I should say.
I think this game's gonna be a hell of a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
I already took the over. I didn't really care what it was. I just know that these two arms, man, they can score. However, I will say that the Chargers defense with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa, that's scary. Really scary.
Yeah.
So I like the over. And I think I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I don't know if I'm gonna bet it. I might take it like money line, like in a little parlay. But at home, I don't see them losing.
Okay. Boys, you guys got any other thoughts for us? Dan?
I'd run that same line, honestly. The overs is what I was originally looking at, and I just don't think you can stop Patrick Mahomes right now. I mean, his arm is so good. 5 touchdowns in week 1. I mean, 400 yards? The defense has got their hands full for sure with all the weapons he's got.
Yep. So I really was never worried about the Tyreek departure. I thought it wouldn't really affect Mahomes too much. They got some big time playmakers with some speed. But the Cardinals also didn't look great. I know they were injured. But
Dan, they looked horrible.
I know. But
not great. It's like nice them. They look fucking
yeah, I know. But they're a decent team, and they just got their asses
But
handed.
like, are they though?
They were missing JJ Watt's a pretty big pass rush.
Okay, yeah, but like, who are their wide receivers? Aren't that great?
I mean
Hopkins Brown isn't
Hopkins
bad.
suspended. You know, they got Rondo was it Moore who was injured.
Yeah,
I don't know. The Chiefs are still a really good team though. I mean, like I said, I didn't have any second thoughts with Tyreek leaving. So
yeah.
I expect that out of the Chiefs. Mahomes is a gunslinger. He just shot.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Gotcha. I'm taking the Chargers tomorrow night. I didn't put a lot on it, but I might be a little bit of an overreaction to the Chiefs. We'll see what happens if they have to play against Khalil Mack in an actual defense tomorrow night. But I didn't put a lot on it. It's a division game. Might as well take the Chargers because everyone Chiefs. We're heading to another division game on Sunday. We got the Colts at the Jaguars. Any thoughts on this game? I know the Colts tied the Houston Texans week 1. Jaguars lost to the Commanders by 2 points. Any thoughts on this game?
I like the Colts.
Yeah, -4 I think is
Yeah,
what the
excuse me.
consensus is going to be on that.
Colts are -4. Over unders 44.5 points.
Yikes.
Yeah, I like a bounce back game here for the Colts. -4 seems really low for these guys.
Michael Pittman over yards every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Colts for, and also I'm taking the Chiefs tomorrow. I don't think I said that. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay. We're going to a more exciting game. We got the Dolphins visiting the Ravens. Right now, Dolphins are 3.5 point underdogs. The over/under is 44.5 points. Personally, I think I like the Dolphins in this spot. I want to take I want to take the kick and a half with the Dolphins. They look pretty good against the Patriots. I know we can ramble about the Patriots. Mac Jones being a system quarterback kind of looked like that in week 1. But I think
Who
the
said
Dolphins
that?
look
Who
pretty
said
good.
that? Was that me who the one who says
I think
that?
that was our own Big India. I think that
Oh,
was our Big
okay.
India right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll talk about them a little bit later when we talk about the Steelers versus the Patriots. What do you guys have the thoughts on this game?
I like the Ravens. I
Okay.
don't believe in Tua. I really don't.
I will be going Ravens too. J.K. Dobbins is likely to be back. He had a full practice today. But I like the Ravens this one as well.
Yeah, I'm probably leaning Ravens too. I also like the over. I think 44.5 is a little low. I think if both teams get running, get throwing, I think there's a lot of opportunity for points on the board with that game.
Next, we got Jets at Browns. Jets lost the first game of the season in typical Jets fashion against we just talked about the Ravens. Browns beat Baker in North Carolina. Right now, the Jets are 6.5 point dogs. The over/under is 39.5 points. I know that the Browns aren't great throwing the ball right now with Brissett. Jets have a hard time stopping the rush, so I think it's kind of leaning towards an under game right now. You guys have any thoughts on this game?
I will be going the Jets in this one.
Wow.
Cover. Only because I don't know how the Browns are going to be scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
Well, here's the deal, Dan.
both teams aren't good.
Joe Flacco dropped back to the pass 59 times last game.
I know.
That's fucking terrible.
The
You have
thing
two really good running backs.
Exactly. The thing is, I don't know how either of these teams are going to score. Where one is going to, where the underdog is going to.
I mean, not saying Jacoby Brissett's any good, but I just like to.
Horrible matchup.
Honestly, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to think about this game that's on because there's way better games. I'm going to sniff it.
I'll be taking the Jets. Sprinkling spread 6.5.
Four, you got any thoughts on this game?
I hate everything about it. Bad color
Nice.
jerseys, bad players, bad teams. Give me the under. I'm not happy about it, but give me the under.
Now we're heading out to New Orleans. We got the Buccaneers visiting the Saints. Buccaneers look damn good against the Cowboys, or the Cowboys just suck. Either one or the other, or it could be both. Saints beat the Falcons. They came back, beat the Falcons. Right now, Buccaneers are 2.5 point favorites on the road at the Saints. Over/under is 44.5. Right now, most of the money's on the under. Most of the money is on Saints spread, it looks like. Thoughts on this game?
The Bucks are good, but the Cowboys are trash. I don't think Tom Brady's won in New Orleans in a while.
Mm.
I kind of like the Saints here.
I
do too.
agree.
I like the Saints.
Nice.
Michael Thomas is looking good. He's back. He is back. End zone. He's a real-time end zone threat.
Yeah, he actually is back, dude.
It's good.
I'm gonna go against you guys. I'm picking old man Brady. Noon game in a dome. 2.5. I think he covers, and I will also take for a fun little prop bet. Jameis Winston to throw an interception.
Well, yeah.
Very likely. Very likely. We got the Patriots going to Pittsburgh. I think I read that right. Yeah, Patriots, Pittsburgh. Patriots are 2-point favorites. Steelers are 2-point underdogs at home, it looks like. The over-under is 40.5 points, so low scoring game. What do we think about this game?
Taking the under.
Yeah, I'm with Forrest. I like the under.
I
There's
agree.
gonna be no. This is gonna be an Iowa football game.
It
Punting
is.
galore, running the entire game. Take the under.
I'm taking the Steelers. Money line.
Love it, Dan. Love it. We got the Panthers at the Giants. Another awful game. Giants beat the Tennessee Titans. They came back, beat them. Panthers lost to the Browns. Right now, Panthers have most of the money. The under of 43.5 have most of the money. Panthers are 2-point underdogs. What do we like in this game?
It's a tricky one.
yeah. Go ahead, Dan.
I was gonna say this is a tricky one because Baker looked horrible in the first half, but he looked pretty good in the second half, connecting with some receivers, getting down the field. But Saquon might be back,
Dude, Saquon might be back.
which is scary for the
All
NFC.
the way back.
And I think I'm leaning Giants for that reason. Is Saquon.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be taking Giants -2.
I think I
I like
like
that.
Giants, but at the same time, let's remember this line could be completely different if the Browns miss that field goal and if the Titans make their field goal.
Yep.
That completely flips this line personally. So don't forget that when you're betting. I kind of like the Panthers points. I think they lose by 1 or 2, but I like them points.
Right?
Next, we're heading to the last game of the morning portion, I would say. Commanders at Lions. The Commanders are 1.5-point favorites. Underdogs. They open up as favorites, but now they're 1.5-point underdogs against the Lions. The Lions are getting most of the money. The over/under is 48.5. It was 44.5. Jumped up 4 points since it opened up. What do we like in this game?
I don't know.
Two
Just a
bad
wash.
teams again.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take Detroit
fine.
-1.5. Swift looked good this week.
He's hurt though. Well, he's not hurt. He didn't practice today. Swift.
Yeah.
I think Jahan Dotson's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he looked good.
So
I like the Commanders. I like the
So-
Commanders. I think the Lions are trash.
It could
I'm
either
gonna
way.
ride that. I'm gonna ride that the Lions are trash till they prove me otherwise, and they've continued to prove me wise.
Yeah, I like the over in this game. I thought that the Eagles put up a lot of points on the Lions. Jaguars were in it with the Commanders. You might get a interception or two in there, a pick six for either of these quarterbacks. Let's take the over in this game, in my opinion. Next, we're heading in the afternoon. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers. Seahawks, what a game, man. They look great in that Russell Wilson homecoming game. Geno Smith looked like a stud. Seahawks are 9.5-point underdogs on the road against the 49ers. The over-under is 41.5 points. Most of the money right now on the 49ers. Most of the money on the under right now. What do we like in this game?
Seahawks, because I saw what Trey Lance really is.
Hmm.
Granted, it was a monsoon out there, so you can't really take that game with too much, at all. Actually, you got to throw out pretty much what all the quarterbacks in that game. But Trey Lance is really raw still.
I saw a stat come across. I think it was yesterday. Games that Geno Smith starts, he's 9-0 against the spread. So I will think we take the 9 points for the
Yeah.
Seahawks, and we'll ride
think-
that one until it dies.
I think they lose, but I think you're right. I think they cover.
I think.
I agree.
But I'm taking the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are pretty damn good.
No,
I'm
they
not-
are not. They're
Uh,
so fucking bad, Dan.
So I'll be taking Gino.
Remember,
Are you
they-
taking Seahawks money line, Dan?
No, I will not. I'm not that
Okay.
confident. The +9 though, 9 points is a lot. So I'll be taking the 9.
That is a lot.
Jamal Adams is gone for the year.
I know. That's a real.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn.
But
I saw Kittle might be out for this game too for the 49ers.
yeah. That's
I think
also
we'll
why-
really get to see what Trey Lance is made of, and I think it'll be a more indicative way of how the spreads go for the rest of the year. But I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
9 points,
Remember,
that's a
too,
lot for week
remember
2.
this, man. This is Trey Lance's 21st game, including college.
Yeah.
We got the Falcons going to LA Rams. Falcons, they lost the first week. The Saints came back and beat them. The Rams, they were beat the shit out of by the Buffalo Bills in week 1. Right now the Rams are 10.5-point favorites. Over under is 45.5 points. Most of the money right now on the Falcons spread of 11 points. Most of the money's on the under 46.5 points. What do we like in this game?
Nothing.
It's going to be an ugly game. I'll
Yeah,
take the
go-
under. I'll ride with the majority of the crowd, but it's going to be an ugly game.
I will be taking the over actually. I think it's going to be a little bit of scoring game. It's going to be a lot of field goals, a lot of touchdowns. I also will be taking, if I can find it, a Younghoe Koo field goal bet because that guy looks lights out. He's on my fantasy. He got me 19 points this week. Fantastic. But I'll be finding that for Younghoe Koo.
Got it. We got the Cardinals visiting the Raiders. The Cardinals are 5.5-point underdogs. This line opened up at 2.5, and since then the line has just totally shifted towards the Raiders. Most of the money's on the Raiders, 5.5 points, and then most of the money's on the over 51.5 points. What do we like in this game?
Like the Raiders to bounce back.
All right.
Yeah. Raiders and Devontae Adams anytime touchdown.
And receptions.
I agree. We got the Texans visiting the Broncos. Texans tied the Colts in week 1. Davison Mills did not look that bad. Broncos, they are 10-point favorites at home against the Texans. Most of the money right now is on Texans spread, and most of the money is on the over 45 points. What do we like in this game?
I like the Texans.
I don't know, man. I think the Texans they're terrible.
Yeah, they're bad.
Like I'm taking Denver. I think the primetime game for Hackett, like first time head coaches in your first game is on primetime, man. That's a tough game. And Hackett looked fucking horrible, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice he got his play call in with like 10 seconds on the clock?
It's gross.
But I'm not gonna bet points, but if I do like a big parlay, I might just sprinkle the Denver money line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Burkhead reception.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the Williams rushing prop to see. I think Texans gave up a lot of rushing yards the other week to the Colts. I'm gonna take a look at that. Williams didn't look that bad, and then he fumbled as soon as I texted the group chat that. But we're gonna head to the Bengals at the Cowboys. Bengals lost in a grinding game to the Steelers last week. What a game that was. Cowboys, they're out without Dak Prescott, and because of that, the line has shifted. It was -2. It is now they are 7.5-point underdogs versus the Bengals. The over/under is 41.5 points. Most of the money coming on the under. Again, that is the Bengals. They're 7.5-point favorites versus the Cowboys. Over/under is 41.5 points. What do we like this game?
Bengals.
But this is my lock, so I
Okay.
gotta save that one in.
Bengals.
I do kind of like the over in that one. I feel like Joey Burrow has a bounce back game, and maybe they can get 35 on the board quick.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. Do you think the Cowboys can, help with that? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Cooper
Rush.
Rush.
I think you get Cooper Rush in there. I think he makes a couple turnovers, and if Burrow plays lights out this week, it's got a chance to be right there.
Right. Then we got the Sunday night game. We got the Bears at the Packers. Bears are 10-point underdogs at the Packers. Over under is 42.5 points. Most of the money on the under. Most of the money on the Packers. I know my Packers fans in here. They can tell you all these wild stats about Green Bay coming off a loss and Aaron Rodgers coming off a loss at home and, against the spread and all this other bullshit like that. But trouble is that this might be the same old Aaron Rodgers. This is the same old Packers that we've seen the previous years. You guys don't have the same wide receiving core even. I mean, is this a bounce back spot in your guys' opinion?
So Coach, you drop all those stats and trends, but when it's Packers Bears, they don't matter. They don't matter. All that matters is the Packers just dominate the Bears every time. It's every time. So give me the Packers. And also might be having boots on the ground too, so I will be hammering.
Wow, Dan.
Oh, that'd be big.
Bears might win this game. Nobody expected to win last
No one
week.
expects it. Yep.
Except who?
Yep.
Big Indy. You know what I did? I took an alternate line minus 2.5. Who fucking won that? I did. I did. So let me tell you this. Aaron Rodgers' offensive line's trash. Nobody can argue that. Nobody can argue that. And you know what, Dan? I know you're laughing. Here's the deal. We're at the top of the leaderboard and the standings. You're on the bottom.
That's true. That's right.
I want to see Aaron Rodgers on Percocet again. That's how bad I want the Bears to hit him. I want him to feel. I want him to feel Roquan Smith. What?
You remember the last time he was on Percocet? He threw for like 300 yards in the second half.
Yeah, that was Matt Nagy as our head coach, not Matt Eberflus. Different Matt, man. I think I already took the Bears plus 8.5. I'm going to sprinkle them when my heart gets going, money line, and I'll probably sprinkle them a little bit minus 2.5 again. Just to give you a sprinkle.
He's going off.
Just a sprinkle. That's all. We got 2 Monday night games this week. That's exciting. We got the Titans at the Bills.
Can I say something quick about how I hate that?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Why would the NFL do that? Because one starts at 6:30, one starts at 7:20. How in the fuck am I going to choose which one to watch?
You gotta go dual TVs.
Here's the deal, Dan. Yeah. When you have a wife, it's hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so, sometimes you got to sacrifice for the good.
That's right. I got to kick her out.
Yo, she'll be like, have fun at Buffalo Wild Wings, babe.
All right.
Let me give you a little siphon of money so you can go have fun out at Buffalo Wild Wings, babe. I love you. We got Titans and Bills. Titans are 10-point underdogs versus the Bills. Bills looked amazing. Titans lost to the Giants. Over under is 47.5 points. Most of the money's on the over. Most of the money is obviously on the Bills right now. What would we like in this game?
Over City.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will be
over in Buffalo.
I will be doing Stefon Diggs receptions again, just because. Why not?
I have no thoughts on this game. I don't like this game at all. I don't feel any certain way about it. It's a revenge spot for the Bills after last year. They had an amazing game against the Titans. Bills drove all the way down the field, got stopped at the 1-yard line, lost the game to the Titans. I think they're going to remember that. This is a revenge story for the Bills, I feel like. 10 points is a lot, though.
It is.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's a lot of points.
Gabe Davis anytime score. You can probably just fucking book that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last game, we got the Vikings at the Eagles. Vikings are 2-point underdogs. The over-under is 50.5 points. Shout out Big India for talking the group chat, though. That shit was 47.5. That's now 50.5 points. Over City on that one. And then the Eagles are getting most of the money on the spread. What do we like in this game?
I like the Vikings.
I
Yeah,
like the Vikings too.
I like
After-
the Vikings too. Dude,
Yeah.
they looked really good, man.
They did.
Yeah, but when you have Elton Jenkins on Justin Jefferson, it's not a good look. And he's of course he's gonna get open. He's gonna get his 100.
I can't believe, dude. I told everybody to take that bet last Sunday night. I didn't even take it myself.
Been a
Damn,
while.
man.
Over under jumped that high.
It did.
That
It
just
did.
me.
Like the Vikings.
All right. Anyways,
That's tough. Let's get the locks.
Yep.
Dan, you always lead us off. Why don't you lead us off?
Man, this was really tough because I had two I was going back and forth on. And I mean, both I feel are locks, but I am taking one actually got a little hiccup this morning when I saw the injury report, but I'm still confident I'm going to take it. I will be taking Dan Campbell
oh god, Dan.
and his kneecap breaking Lions at home, 1.5 against the Commanders. I
Wow.
Lions actually looked pretty good against an Eagles team that's supposed to be, you know, one of the better teams this season in the NFL. I like the way Goff looked. The running game was solid. The receivers, Amon-Ra, money. I do like the Lions. Dan Campbell's got him on something, and I'm riding it. Give me Lions 1.5.
Forrest, what you got for us?
I'm going back to the Thursday night game. I'm gonna
Forrest
I'm
loves
gonna
his locks out of the way on Thursday.
I'm gonna take the bait. I'm gonna let it ride on this one again. I'm gonna take the over in the Chargers Chiefs game.
I already took it
54.
too, Forrest. I already took it too.
Yeah,
Good bet.
Yeah.
Good bet.
I want all of it. I want to root for points. I think it'll be a good game. I think we'll see a shootout. I don't think either of the defenses are great. We got two gunslingers. Let the ball fly. Let's score about 100 points in this game.
Onk, what you got for us?
Joey Burr, -7.5. They look they didn't play all preseason, so week 1 was just preseason game number 4. They're playing at the Cowboys without Dak Prescott. The Cowboys looked awful. Like their offensive line looked terrible. Their defense looked terrible. Jamar Chase is going to score 2 tutties probably. I'm taking the Bengals -7.5. But my second lock is Bears money line.
Mm.
Not actually, but
That's a loose second lock right there.
no, I can not that obviously. The Bears are going to lose. But
My lock for the week, I'm going to be taking Vikings team total over 24.5 points against the
Ooh.
Eagles. I think it's going to be a shootout game. I was not convinced that the Eagles can stop the run game. I'm probably going to look at Cook over rushing for that game as well, but I like Vikings team total over 24.5 points for this week.
I like that. Didn't they score 21 at half last week?
I think so.
And then they
Yeah.
kind of just they just like chilled out because like they didn't really need to score.
Right. Who's that against again?
Oh, the 0-1 Green Bay Packers.
I don't know.
Oh, that's who it was. That's right. That's
You know
right.
what the best part about this is though? There's 2 things about the Bears Packers game that I gotta get off my chest here. The Bears lose, it's okay. They're still tied with the same Packers record. And the fact that the Bears won last week and the Packers lost, the media would have loved this game because then if the Packers won, they would have the most wins in NFL team history. But remember, you guys are a peasant organization with no owners, so the Bears still have more wins
Yeah,
as an organization
own-
than you guys do.
What are you talking about? There's 80,000 owners.
I own the team.
Yeah, hence my word, peasants.
Unbelievable.
All right, peasants. On
Bear
that note,
down.
that's the end of the show. Dan, end the show for us.
Guys, there's a lot of college games on. I think 100 games, coupled with your 10 to 12 football games, NFL. Don't be afraid to sprinkle the money out there. Maybe take the underdogs. Maybe take the 9.5 point spreads.
Like the
Remember,
Bears.
maybe take the Bears if you want, because you want to know why. You can't- and scared money, it won't make you any money, as we know. Good luck,
All right,
boys.
boys. Best of
All
luck.
right, boys. Thank
Good
you,
luck,
listeners.
boys.
Everybody pray for Dan's dick tonight. Here we go.
Good
Good luck, Dan.